So there's been a lot happening over the past year. You know, the president's management agenda just came out. There's a lot of priorities that were stated in that. So with those, what do you see as the immediate IT priorities for agencies to take on now from a tech perspective?
The three priorities that were listed out in the president's management agenda were strengthening the federal workforce, improving customer experience for government interactions, and managing the business of government to build back better. From a technology standpoint, commitment to these priorities is going to require continued and steady improvements to all government systems and processes. Again, if you think about the technology impact is no longer just limited to system implementations. From a technology standpoint, federal workforce is going to need access to the right tools to efficiently carry out their duties. The investments are going to be required in training, talent development, to attract and hire the federal workforce of tomorrow. And again, in terms of mechanisms to receive direct feedback, engage with people, organizations, and all stakeholders that the government serves, the focus will be on digital transformation. The government will seek to and has already begun the process many years ago to develop the right digital products to reduce customer burden and improve customer experience to make the government services available and accessible, and most importantly, easy to use. In very oversimplified terms, it's going to mean the use of right technologies to reduce duplicative paperwork and perhaps drive better integration across multiple federal systems, which might sometimes be owned by different organizations, to break down the information or data silos, to drive a more consistent engagement from the community and from the stakeholder group. With regards to building capacity in government financial systems, again, the enhancement is going to be in how the government manages the grants and all of its financial resources to support American industry strategy, address climate risk, and deliver equitable results at the end of the day.
That financial aspect is so important in any technology strategy. And I think it's interesting to see now how much of a boost it has gotten. So what does it mean from a finance context? What does it mean for government to be more accountable?
You want to always make sure that the financial resources are aligned to the right program priorities or the right mission priorities. And again, the optimization really starts with making sure that your strategic plans are correct. You're allocating the resources correctly. There is a lot more to do with fewer resources. There are a lot of pressures that federal agencies are experiencing today. And again, once you've made those decisions from an execution standpoint, you want to make sure, or all agencies need to make sure, that their financial systems are optimized to execute the plan, as in execute the plan, register the right transactions. And again, I cannot emphasize more on the importance of the feedback loop that happens with regards to reporting and continued decision analytics. So at the end of the day, if you look at the entire ecosystem of financial systems, you need to make sure you're making the right decisions, you're executing the decisions, you're again, making sure that there is enough emphasis on reporting, making sure that there is minimal fraud, waste, and abuse, and also that all of the data that is being generated based on the transactions is developed and analyzed in a way that is going to help make better decisions overall.
So how do you see the public-private partnerships evolving this year? The industry obviously has such a crucial part in carrying out some of these priorities.
The government has always been very transparent in the need for public-private partnerships to bring the best of the government to the people. And I would say to bring the best of the services from the private industry also to people to make government services better and more efficient. Public-private partnerships have been established since a really long time. But given the trend that we've seen in the last, I would say, in the last decade, and has definitely been amplified by the recent happenings of the pandemic, it can't be emphasized enough. These partnerships are more closely aligned, which means more talent, more industry-leading practices, better tools are available to the government. Also, I am very happy to see that the government has also made public-private partnerships more streamlined. In the past, the process to get through the public-private partnership or to get buy-in from the government, the cycles were longer. There were always more steps to execute. But now I think the government has also adopted a technology forward mindset, which is very helpful and has created better avenues. Every agency that we've worked with, has created a method of engagement with the public, or has created a method of engagement, to further enhance the public-private partnerships. So the government is being open-minded. Given everything that has been going on, technology is embedded in all of the processes. Technology is embedded in all of our lives. So we don't really see technology as technology for the sake of technology, but it is for better business. And as a person who's worked with the government for such a long time, it's been a tremendous change that has been for the better in terms of adopting or being more open-minded to adopting technologies like robotic process automation or a better applied data analytics tools. Again, these were conversations that were very specialized a few years ago, but they are not specialized anymore. They are table stakes right now. And it's really great to see even the government taking a more open approach to adopting artificial intelligence. Recently, people were afraid of AI technologies, thinking that it's more complex. It creates more black boxes, creates more silos. But now the government is actually embedding some of these technologies or some of these complex technologies of into the business processes to break down the silos and not or to go away from the black box approach.
Fantastic. Well, it's certainly exciting times, especially kicking off this new year and seeing how those priorities are going to play out and how agencies are going to continue to innovate. So thank you, Priya. It was good to chat.
Yes, indeed. Always a pleasure, Amy.